My name is Kathy Blackwood. I am here to present the competencies of a CBO. The 7 competencies of a CBO are leading people and teams, developing sustainable solutions, serving customers, managing products and services, managing technology and innovation, assessing the competitive environment, and planning for the future in the global marketplace. Leading people and teams. A CBO, College Business Officer, needs to understand how to motivate people, needs to have knowledge of the team's skills and abilities, needs to have the ability to speak creditably and convincingly, needs the skills to convey that vision, and needs ethical standards. I have led a team to bring payroll, human resources, and IT together to bring payroll in-house from an outside agency, bringing together all of the functions and changing our business practices. I have also presented very complex budget information in both formal and informal settings to our Board of Trustees, in campus-wide forums. I'm actually on iTunes University for a campus-wide forum, and in small committees. I have successfully conveyed complex information in such a way that everyone can understand it, and I have a reputation for ethical behavior. The next competency is developing sustainable solutions. A CBO needs the knowledge of the situation and its constraints, needs the skills to develop a solution, and needs the ability to communicate and explain that solution. I have developed a resource allocation model that everyone has agreed to and that would work in both good times and bad, such as we're in right now. I worked with my district budget committee to develop parameters and guidelines for budget allocations. I developed sample scenarios with both increasing and decreasing revenue assumptions. I held 20 forums throughout all 3 campuses with all of the various constituencies, and after a year and a half, I succeeded in getting the model adopted. We're in our 3rd year. The next competency is serving customers. A CBO needs the knowledge of the various systems and how they work, needs the skills to modify or develop procedures from the student's point of view, and needs the ability to motivate the team to have a student-centered service attitude. I worked with our colleges to develop an agreement with a collections agency to start the collections procedures for former students. We had not been doing any sort of collections. I worked with the college cashiering offices as well as with the collection agency to develop a package of notifications to current and former students, including email, voicemail, as well as letters. I knew the laws around the collection procedures. They are very strict about what you can and can't do. We developed scripts with the cashiers and developed a really customer service attitude in what is traditionally a very non-friendly function, and have gotten kudos from the students for doing it. The next competency is managing products and services. A CBO needs the knowledge of how to find out what it is that the students want, the skills to see the linkages between what they want and the programs and services we offer, and the ability to develop a seamless package of services for the student. I worked with a research team to develop a survey of the juniors and seniors in our local high schools to determine what influences those students when they choose to go to college and which college they choose. We developed the survey, we got it completed in each of the English classes at our schools, and as a result, we developed a plan and we established a web page uniquely for these students with their own sign-in so that they could register for summer classes. And we also did a targeted mailing to these students and their most potent influencers, their parents. The next competency is managing technology and innovation. A CBO needs knowledge of the processes of adopting new technologies, the skills to see when to adopt them, and the ability to facilitate change, which we know is always very strongly resisted. Since I've come to the district, we've done nothing but change our procedures. Some of them include changing our banking services and procedures. We brought our bank reconciliations online using online forms for deposits so that they would then automate the reconciliation process. We have moved our vendors to ACH deposits so that we're no longer in the check printing business, and provided electronic documentation and online access for our auditors so we no longer have to pull documentation for them. This took understanding the current procedures, seeing the need for change, developing the new procedures, communicating both the need for change and then what the procedures were, and persuading the users to undertake the work involved so that in the long run their jobs would get easier. The next competency is assessing the competitive environment. A CBO needs the knowledge of environmental scans and SWOT analyses, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. She needs the skills to interpret the data and relate it to her particular situation, and finally the ability to translate the conclusions of that data into actions. I have assisted all three of our colleges in preparing the self-study for their accreditation, which includes a district-wide environmental scan. I've also sat on an accreditation team visiting another college to see how they've done it. As a result of our competitive environmental scan, we developed a district-wide strategic plan, and I represented the board's goals on that committee. Finally, a CBO needs to plan for the future of the global marketplace. For us, that means international students. A CBO needs the knowledge of the regulations as well as the needs and desires of international students. She needs the skill to persuade the college community that international students bring more than just funding to the district, and the ability to lead a team to develop a comprehensive program. I helped prepare a presentation to the board to show how having international students benefits the local students by bringing diversity to the classroom, by increasing the overall transfer statistics, brings, of course, more revenue to the district, and enables the district to offer classes that they otherwise would not be able to offer. I understand that we have to have these programs and services to support these students in place before we recruit them, but this has been a very successful endeavor for us. These are the 7 competencies that a Chief Business Officer of a California community college needs. I hope I show you that I have them.